How's it going, everybody? Mike back at you with another edition of 5-Minute Gaming. And for this show, we're going to go back to the days of the arcades, except not the arcades. We're going to go to the little arcade that existed in the lunchroom at Sela High School, where I went to high school. In that lunchroom, many video games came through. I remember Tron, Mr. Do, Gyrus, and another game that's not as well known today as most, and that is called Pooyan. I've got a lot to share with you about this game, but first, I have a story to share. I talked about this game was in the lunchroom at Sela High School, and often at the end of lunch, me and a bunch of other nerdy guys like me would all hover around these video games, either play them or watch others play and put our quarters in. And the girls, they never came over. They never came over and tried to watch and see how good we are so we could impress them. They had zero interest in these video games, and so often I'd be hanging around these games with the other guys at Sela playing them because we love video games. We wanted to play video games. They were the coolest thing ever. And the girls and other dudes would be chatting around the tables. And I often would look over and think, this is not boding well for my ability to get to know women. I digress, though that was the life I lived and I enjoyed playing these games. And here's the other sad ending to this story, though, is that one day I came to school and came to lunch, and the games that were all in the corner of the lunchroom at Sela High School were gone. Gone. What was in that corner was just a garbage can. And many of us were like, what? Where'd the video games go? They took away the video games. Well, through the grapevine, the truth came out, and apparently some loser superglued the video game joysticks and buttons because he thought it would be funny. And of course, the minute that happened, the operators that were running these games yanked them out of there because that was going to cost them a lot of money to fix, and they weren't going to make enough money to pay for stuff like that. So the games were gone. So whoever you are out there that did that, you suck, because you took away a lot of fun in high school for some measly little moment in your life to make yourself feel good. So wherever you are, I hope karma came around and got you. Thankfully, though, I still have the memory of playing them, and they were there before they were taken away. And one of those games was Pooyan. So I'm going to talk a little bit about Pooyan. The wolf versus the pigs. It's gone on forever, for centuries. So they thought, let's make a game on it. Pooyan is a fixed shooter arcade game released by Konami in Japan in 1982. It was manufactured in North America by Stern Electronics. And this is one of the flyers for the game, which I really like this kind of stuff where you can see some of the art from the time, because I never saw this back when I was in high school playing these games. This is stuff that only the adults saw, the people that put the games in the places so they could take our quarters. One day in the forest, a pack of wolves captures a family of pigs to keep them from the jaws of the hungry wolves. The mama pig defends her children from a cage which moves up and down on a rope. The first attack. Using balloons for flotation, 32 wolves parachute from a tree and try to knock the mama from her cage by throwing stones at her. She fights back by shooting arrows and tossing meat at them. If she misses, the wolves land on the ground, climb a ladder, and try to bite her. If they do, she falls. But if she hits the balloons, the wolves are destroyed. Then there's the second attack. 40 wolves use the balloons to rise to the top of the cliff. Again, the mama tries to break the balloons with arrows and meat. If 7 wolves make it to the top, they push a giant rock on top of her. If they don't, she wins and the little piggies are freed. Yay! Here's bonus for effort. The stages alternate and become increasingly more difficult. After every second stage, there is a bonus level. They become harder and are timed. Pooyan is controlled by a button and a joystick which moves the mama's cage up and down. When the fire button is hit, she shoots her arrow or tosses the meat. Points are scored when the mama hits her targets. When she pops the balloons with arrows, she scores 50, 100, or 200 points. Meat bombs can wipe out multiple wolves, and that's the fun part of this game right there, is the meat bombs. And you will see. 400 for the first wolf, 800 for the second, 1600 for the third. Progression, we love those progressions, like in Pac-Man and many other great games. Pig out for profit. Pooyan's features Stern's famous works-in-a-drawer cabinet design. For added security, Stern now uses an over-under cash box, backlit panels, and colorful graphics and eye appeal. However, there is nothing in this flyer that talks about security from super glue on the joysticks and buttons. Sadly, that did not happen. No way to prevent that. And there's a nice picture of the arcade cabinet itself, behind the little art-drawn pigs. Here's another flyer I found. Rescue Pooyan from fierce wolves. And it's a little more of a story, and that's what I like about this stuff. One day in a forest, a group of wolves attacked the pig's house where Mother Pig, Mama, and her little piggies, Pooyans, were living peacefully. Mama fought against wolves to protect Pooyans using arrows and meat. For all of her efforts, however, some Pooyans were kidnapped. Hating the wolves, Mama bravely goes to the wolves' lair to rescue Pooyans. Is she able to beat wolves and take Pooyans back home? Question mark? Let's play the game and find out. But before we do that, there's a little bit more information on the Wikipedia I found, which talks about the music. And I think this is interesting. When the game starts, "The Other Day I Met a Bear," which is a song, can be heard during the opening scene. You know that one? The other day, I met a bear up in the woods, way up there. It's like a camp song we used to sing. The first stage theme bears a very slight resemblance to the main theme music from Frogger. I would give it that, another Konami arcade game. The song is a part of the Desecration Rag, an operatic nightmare by Felix Arndt, the portion that mimics the beginning of Antonin Dvorak's humorous Opus 101 No. 7. That was a mouthful. After the second stage is cleared a second time, a part of "Oh Susanna" can be heard. So not all this music was original, they definitely were influenced by other classic famous songs. And here we have an image of the marquee that sits at the top of the game. And this one, it says, "Made especially for Chuck E. Cheese's Pizza Time Theater." And last, I found this neat flyer, which is more selling Pooyan to other ported platforms. But I really love the art. This is good art, very well drawn. Neat to see this game I love so much drawn in this way by a really good artist. And I'm going to read a little bit of this description because I think it's interesting. Datasoft brings you Pooyan, the popular arcade game from Konami, for home computers. Enjoy all the fun, fast action, colorful, high-resolution graphics, and arcade-style play without all the quarters. Quick reflexes and fast thinking will protect your helpless piglets, it should be Pooyans, in the forest valley from a pack of vicious, hungry wolves who travel up and down the valley, clinging to balloons and throwing objects at you. Shoot your arrows to bust their balloons or throw chunks of meat to get them to let go. But don't give up, because the wolves won't. Pooyan is a super challenge that will keep any experienced gamer glued to the screen. And Datasoft will be making it available for Apple, Atari 400, 800, and 1200, Radio Shack Color, Commodore 64, and VIC-20 computer systems. Cool stuff. I never got to play this on any of those systems. I only played the arcade version. And with that, how about we play some Pooyan? And before I play though, I want to draw your attention to the attract mode screen, which actually introduces the characters. There's Pooyan, Booyan, Mama, Wolf, and Boss. What's interesting to me is Booyan was never mentioned in any of the flyer material, and neither was the boss, so even a little bit of extra information in the game itself. Let's play. Definitely the "I Met a Bear" song. What I really like about this game, and there's the meat. So you throw the meat, you get extra wolves on the way down. What I like about this game is it's super simple controls. It's just up and down and fire. And when they can keep the controls simple, it's easy to pick up. Anybody can start playing, and I think that's a big part of what gets you sucked into a game, because you play it, you feel like you get it, and you can do pretty good right off the bat, and then you just want to play and see if you can get a little further. So again, the meat is a fun way. I never knew it was meat either. I just thought it was like a big arrow or something like that. Never knew it was meat. But the wolves clearly go down in a way to give you a chance to use that meat to take them all out and get those bonus points that multiply. And I am not using a cheat. I usually tend to use cheats so I can get a little further. I don't need a cheat in this game. I'm good at this game. I played it a lot, and I know just how to work. This game works for me. I really have a good sense of my peripheral. I can follow what's going on and what the wolves are doing. So we'll see how I do without any cheats. NBR of Pigs Taken 02. I always liked how they're playing the drums. It's like some kind of musical competition here. So now we have a slightly different level where the wolves are trying to work their way up to that rock to push me over. And on their way up, they will toss stones at me to try to knock me out of my carriage, whatever I'm using to go up and down. And there I can use the meat, take them out, get a little bit of multiplying bonus points. And so far I've not died. I'm pretty good at getting a sense of where stuff's going. This is what's fun. Wham! That feels good. Feels good. It's like munching all four of the ghosts in Pac-Man. Oh, I need some meat on that one. Oh, and that was... Oh, I let one wolf get up there. So watch what happens. That wolf's going to run over to the rock, and he's going to give it a little push. and let out a wolf yell of happiness that he is up there. He just needs his friends to come up and help him push that rock and take care of me. Not gonna happen. And there's the meat. Took them all out. Super fun. Come on, guys. You're down to 7. There's no way. No way. No way. It is hopeless. Oh, there's the boss wolf. Well, got my meat. Take him out with that. Oh, that went really well. I've not died. And I get to save my Pooyans. And watch this. I always like this. So they walk. And whee! Little jump. That was always great. Love those little things. And here we are. Bonus stage. Alright. Meat time. Lots of meat. I think the meat just keeps coming back. Yeah, it does. It's just really, what can I do with the meat? Getting meat away. And the idea is I gotta wait till the very last second to take out as many as I can. It's cool too, the way you've got to throw the meat and it arches downward. There's something that's like making a parabola in any of the days of geometry or algebra. And I like that. It just was really cool. It worked for me really well. Alright, see what we can do. The trick is, if I want to get them all, and I squeaked it out. There's a boss wolf up there too. Probably going to see a few more boss wolves. So this is definitely going to get a little tougher. They're going to come coming much faster this time. And I will note, I have not died yet. My quarter is lasting me a long time. Alright. And they kind of get a shield to protect them from the balloon at the first crack. Alright, here we go. Patience. There we go. Got them all. Oh, I missed the strawberry. Forgot about the falling fruits. Okay. Just for fun, that's actually good. I'll let him get to the bottom and show you what the wolves do. They climb in a... Uh-oh. That was bad. That was bad. Now I'm gonna... Alright, now I got a really tough. I got 4 wolves all lined up. I'm probably gonna die for the first time. There we go. That was unavoidable. It finally happened. I died. That was close. Okay, we're up to the rock level. Oh, look at all those. Oh, some made it to the top. Pushing the rock. I like how the rock's getting closer and the drums kick in, letting me know my death is close, and we're going to play your death to music. Look at all those wolves lined up. I like how he's hanging on. Help! we go. This is the biggie. Neat. I don't think I'm gonna do it. Yep. Look at them. 7 wolves to go. I think I'm gonna purposely let one get to the top just so you can see what happens with the rock. And then we'll call it good. Here we go. Mama has died. And I made the high score, look at that. That's kind of like the Oh Susanna song. That may have been what they were talking about, because I don't remember hearing that anywhere else. Normally, I would tell you to follow me to a show that's similar to Pooyan, but I really don't have anything out there that's similar to Pooyan. So I'm just going to up here put a link to another show I did that I'm going to decide when I finish the editing, and just come over there with me and let's keep the fun going.